All right. Hey, how are you doing again? It's Buck. And I wanted to ask a question. Is climate change real? Is the climate change agenda real? The agenda is real. But is climate change a real thing? To answer that, well, I can't answer that because I'm not a climate scientist. I listen to a lot of climate scientists back and forth. People questioning Michael Mann's hockey stick, right, with proxy measurements. I think I might have mentioned that before. As an average everyday person out there who's not a climate scientist, I don't know. I really don't know. Both sides don't seem to be equal. I just ordered a book called Climate Change, the Facts, and Mark Stein is one of the scientists in there, and a bunch of other ones on the front cover, have something to say that counters the narrative that we're currently being fed from federal governments, etc. Like our prime minister here in Canada, Trudeau, thinks he's a climate scientist, thinks he's a doctor, because he's the one spouting all this stuff. Our experts, this, that, climate change, vaccination, update, booster. This is just ridiculous, like rhetoric, right? So I don't know. I'm going to read this book. I've watched lots of lectures for and against the climate change theory. I think it's a theory, right? Well, I don't know, because it's nothing seems, from my point of view, nothing seems to be proven yet. But it's, they both have evidence. How can both sides have strong evidence to suggest there is and there isn't climate change? So, with an open mind, I'm going to read this book because I've heard enough from Al Gore and whoever over the years about climate change, and I never really thought too much about it. I've always kind of challenged it because I thought, you get some very cold winters here, and then somebody says, oh yeah, but over with El Nino and blah, 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 it's because of blah, 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 and all that. Whatever. It's a bunch of noise. The average everyday person on the street that says climate change is real, who is not a climate scientist, does not know what they're talking about. They don't know. I don't know. I can't know. All I can do is listen to people who are experts talk about it. If anything, it makes me ask the question. It makes me question it and contemplate it. I don't know for sure, right? But I do know one thing. There is a huge agenda happening in the world. The COVID crisis it's not gone yet, but it's subdued. But the climate change, like Trudeau, our illustrious Trudeau, our excellent Prime Minister Smirky Smirk. He smirks a lot. Sir Smirks a lot. Yeah. Anyway, so he's so tied into the World Economic Forum. I think everybody knows that by now. We see what's happening in France with protests and Macron, doing what he wants to do, just like Trudeau. I mean, they're buddies. Come on, Ardern and Kiwiland. There, she was. All these young global leaders are trying to change the world, and they're gaslighting people, and they're saying, no, it's going to be for a better tomorrow. And to me, it's always been right from the get-go about control. It's about control. Climate change equals control. That's my plausible theory. That's all I can say. I can't prove it. I don't have a crystal ball. But my plausible theory is that climate change agenda is about control. 15-minute cities, right? Central bank digital currencies, digital IDs, which are rolling out. And because our leader here in Ontario, Premier Ford, he's not strong enough to stand up to the feds. No, you got other people that are, right? And Alberta and whatever. There's certain provinces where they have premiers which are standing up to the feds, but our Doug Ford, I don't know what they have on him. I mean, he used to apparently, I wasn't there, but he used to be a drug dealer, is what's being said way back in the day, his day, whatever. Anyway, so is climate change real? I don't know. Let's just see what happens. But let's just see in the near future, mark my words now, see if we go into this control state, slowly but surely as a slowly boiling frog, and wake up one day going, where did all my freedoms go? How come my money's expiring? You're not letting me buy meat this week? I don't know. Can it happen? Is climate change real? Is it an agenda? All I have are questions. I'm skeptical, that's all. I've always been skeptical. Whenever anybody has ever told me a fact, I'd be like, okay, I will check that out. Oh, no, it's a fact. Yeah, well, let me verify that, please. And that's all I got to say about that. I'm just going to ramble with these videos from now on and not spend a whole lot of time editing them, because again, in my last video, just not worth It's worth it if I resonate with somebody out there. It's definitely worth it. And let me know in the comments if I'm resonating with you. And that's all that matters to me, is that I'm not crazy. And maybe I'm a little crazy, but what I'm saying makes some sort of sense to somebody, and we'll see what happens in the future. And that's all I got to say for now. Thank you for clicking by. Much appreciated. Buck from Bacontrees. Where's the off button? Where's